The year was 2008, and Brendan Fraser stood in his bathroom, staring at his reflection in the mirror. His body, once celebrated for its athletic prowess in blockbusters like The Mummy, now betrayed him with every movement. Multiple surgeries had left him a shell of his former self, partial knee replacement, vocal cord repair, and several procedures on his spine. The physical toll of years performing his own stunts had finally caught up with him. But the pain wasn't just physical. Behind those warm brown eyes that had charmed audiences worldwide lay a deeper anguish. His marriage to Afton Smith was crumbling, his career was in free fall, and the Hollywood machine that had once embraced him was slowly pushing him to the margins. The man who had commanded $10 million per film was about to face the darkest chapter of his life. "I felt like the horse from Animal Farm," Fraser would later reveal in a vulnerable interview. The one who worked harder and harder until he collapsed. The metaphor was painfully apparent throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Fraser had been Hollywood's reliable workhorse, churning out hit after hit, School Ties, George of the Jungle, The Mummy franchise. He performed his own stunts, pushed his body to the limit, and maintained the cheerful, approachable persona that audiences loved. But the industry's demands were relentless. Each action sequence, each physical comedy bit, each dramatic scene took its toll. By his own admission, he was put together with tape and ice between takes. The studios saw him as an asset to be utilized, not a human being with limits. The more he gave, the more they demanded. The year 2009 marked a devastating turning point. His divorce from Afton Smith became final, leading to a crushing alimony payment of $900,000 annually. The financial strain coincided with increasingly sparse acting opportunities. The phone stopped ringing. The script stopped coming. Hollywood's golden boy had become yesterday's news. In a particularly dark moment, Fraser recalled sitting in his Connecticut home, surrounded by memorabilia from his glory days, movie posters, props, awards, all seeming to mock his current situation. The depression that had always lurked beneath his sunny exterior began to surface. He retreated from public life, appearing only in smaller productions and direct-to-video projects. But something remarkable was happening beneath the surface. Away from the spotlight, Fraser was slowly rebuilding himself. He focused on healing, both physically and mentally. He spent time with his 3 sons, rediscovering the joy in simple moments. He took small acting roles in television shows like The Affair and Trust, not for the paycheck or fame, but for the pure love of the craft. The industry that had once celebrated his physicality and charm began to see something new emerging, an actor of depth and vulnerability, someone who could channel personal pain into powerful performances. His work in smaller projects revealed layers of talent that had always been there but had been overshadowed by his action hero persona. The true turning point came in 2022 with The Whale. When director Darren Aronofsky first approached Fraser about playing Charlie, a 600-pound English teacher trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter, the actor was initially hesitant. The role would require him to be more vulnerable than ever before, to expose not just his transformed physical appearance but the deep wells of emotion he'd kept hidden for years. "I looked at myself in the mirror during the prosthetics tests," Fraser would later share, "and I saw someone who needed to tell this story." The parallel between Charlie's isolation and Fraser's own years of retreat from Hollywood wasn't lost on anyone. The performance would become a powerful metaphor for his own journey back to the surface. The filming process was grueling. Fraser spent hours each day in the makeup chair, wearing a prosthetic suit that weighed up to 300 pounds. But unlike the physical challenges of his action movie days, this transformation served a deeper purpose. Every labored breath, every difficult movement, every tear shed on screen came from a place of profound understanding. When The Whale premiered at the Venice Film Festival in September 2022, something extraordinary happened. The audience gave Fraser a 6-minute standing ovation. The actor, overwhelmed by the response, tried to leave the theater but was encouraged to stay and embrace the moment. Tears streamed down his face as years of self-doubt, pain, and isolation melted away in the warmth of renewed appreciation. The comeback wasn't just about career resurrection, it was about personal redemption. Fraser's openness about his struggles with depression, his physical challenges, and the toll of Hollywood's demands resonated with people far beyond the entertainment industry. He became a symbol of resilience, of the possibility of second acts in American lives. In March 2023, Fraser's journey came full circle when he won the Academy Award for Best Actor. Standing at the podium, clutching his Oscar, he wasn't the same fresh-faced actor who had once swung through the jungle or battled ancient mummies. He was something more valuable, a man who had faced his demons, endured his wilderness years, and emerged stronger, wiser, and more authentically himself. Things may not be the same as they were before, Fraser reflected in a post-Oscar interview, but that's the point. We're not meant to stay the same. We're meant to grow through our struggles, not despite them. Today, Brendan Fraser stands as a testament to the power of perseverance and reinvention. His story reminds us that success isn't always a straight line, that sometimes we must lose everything to find our true selves, and that the most compelling comebacks aren't about returning to what we were, but about becoming what we were always meant to be. His journey from action hero to acclaimed dramatic actor, from Hollywood exile to Oscar winner, isn't just a show business success story. It's a deeply human tale of falling down, getting back up, and finding the courage to be vulnerable in front of the whole world. In the end, Brendan Fraser didn't just come back quietly, he roared back with a performance and a presence that reminded everyone why we fell in love with him in the first place.